Okay, we're on a Whirlpool washer. Complaint is that it's not spinning properly. First thing I'm going to do is put it into a diagnostic mode. I want to see any kind of fault or error codes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the dial. I'm going to go counterclockwise, clockwise, 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 counterclockwise, clockwise. See all the lights down here will illuminate. I want to turn it clockwise once. Where done is just illuminated. Hit the start button, and what this is going to do is tell me any kind of error modes. It's flashing there to let me know I've accessed this mode. Turn it right. So right now when this sensing light, that's my F code, and then when it blinks and it's not lighting, that's my E code. So right now it's telling me my error. For this error here, it means that it can't detect the basket speed. So we'll go again. So we have a new error code here. It just says this one means that the it couldn't detect that the lid was closed when it tried to run, so maybe something like that. So I'm going to try to start it without the lid closed. And we go again. This error code here means that there's a latching issue, which could also be associated with that other one where the lid wasn't closed. So we won't read too much into that since it doesn't correspond with her complaint. So, and if we flash it again, it says F and nothing else lights up, and E and nothing. That just says that there's no more error code. So we're going to hold this down for 3 seconds to cancel it. So there's nothing flashing anymore, so we're back into the standby mode, we'll say. So what we're going to replace is the actuator, which has it shifts it between agitation and spin, and it also senses the tub rotation. And basically I've come to this conclusion out of experience and seeing it for this error popping up associated with the same complaint here. Like I said, it monitors the tub movement. So if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do properly, it has no idea how fast the tub is moving, thus it won't spin properly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have to get down underneath the unit in order to get to this part. Alright, and the tools you'll need for this repair: a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, which I've incorporated with my drill, and a 5/16 drive, which I also incorporated with my drill. Okay, so now we're underneath the washer. We've pulled it out, just tilted it back. This here is the piece that we're going to replace. That's our shift actuator that has a sensor in it. In order to access it, we're going to remove the belt cover here. What it is, it's held in place by 2 5/16 screws. There's one, and then we'll try to get to the back here. Alright, so we got that off. We got our 2 5/16 inch screws here. So now we can see this a little bit better. Now, to make it really easy, you could go ahead and take off this pulley here. But they've had issues with the nut loosening up on this, so I'm not going to touch that if I don't have to. I should be able to just kind of get it off in this fashion here. So there are 2 screws. There's one here, Phillips, and one countersunk in this little hole back here. Both are going to be a Phillips. So we're going to go ahead and start with this to remove. And then go on to the other one. And just a little wiggling, we can get it out. But this portion here, this is the center. It almost sounds like a little beam between the two, and it recognizes the tub movement inside of there. So there are 2 tabs on the harness that plug in. We're going to depress those to loosen it up and just remove it, just that simple. We're going to set this to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our new piece and install that. Alright, so here I have my new piece. I'm going to do everything in opposite way, so I'm just going to plug the harness in, and then it's a little bit more difficult to get it back in place, but we got to get this piece here up in this little rectangular hole, and then this little, it's got like a little oval, goes over this little arm here. Okay, and that's what shifts it into agitation and spin. So I'm going to go ahead and try my best to get this in there, just like that. Alright, so it went in pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and put our screws back in to secure. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put our belt guard on. Alright, we got that in position. Now we can go ahead and sit the washer down and run it through a test cycle and make sure it's going to function. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put it back into the diagnostic mode. So remember, we're going to go counterclockwise, clockwise, 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 counterclockwise, clockwise, and they all flash. This time we want to go to the fourth position where the rinse is selected, and what it is just a where it's going to sync everything together for us. It's a calibration cycle. So right now we're going to calibrate the unit. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes and syncs all the electronics up with the drive components. So we'll let that run its course and we'll pick up after that. Okay, so we've just finished the calibration cycle, and I'm just going to put it into a manual test mode just so I can verify the spin operation. In order to do that, we're going to enter the diagnostic cycle again. The counterclockwise, clockwise, 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 counterclockwise, clockwise. They all illuminate. This time I want to go until the spin and the done are illuminated. We go ahead and hit the start button. All the lights go off. I know I'm in it. I need to lock the lid to make it spin. So I'm going to hit the start button again to lock the lid. So the light is illuminated. We heard it locked. So we know that that's where it should be. Now we're going to go ahead and turn it into the spin. So in order to do the high spin, we're going to need to have the wash and the spin illuminated. So we're going to keep twisting until wash and spin are illuminated. So our wash and our spin are illuminated now, so I'm going to hit start. And I can hear the unit is beginning to spin right now. You can see it with the vibration. So I'm going to cancel it. It'll slowly coast to a stop. Once it's stopped, we're going to go ahead and move our dial around to where no lights are illuminated. So that way I can unlock the lid and then exit the test mode. So we'll see if we can move it. Alright, we're going to go ahead. There's nothing illuminated. Hit start again. Oh, it won't let me do it because the tub is still moving, which is a good thing because that means our sensor is sensing the tub movement. Alright, so there we go. We've just completed that. We verified the operation. The unit functions properly.